I counted yesterday. I said, be careful to Luna 14 times before lunch. 14. She changed her behavior 0 times. None of them worked.
She's not being defiant. Those 2 words are literally noise to her brain. The more you say it, the less it means anything.
Then how do I keep her safe?
There's one phrase that keeps her safe and teaches her real risk awareness. I'll give it to you in a minute. And how many of those 14 times did she actually change what she was doing?
0. Literally 0. She didn't even look at me.
Because be careful means nothing to a toddler. It's the most common thing parents say and the least useful thing a child can hear. Think about it from her perspective. Be careful of what? The edge? The height? The slippery part? The hot part? She doesn't know what you're warning her about. It's like someone yelling danger in a language you don't fully speak. You know it's bad, but you have no idea what to do about it.
So when I say be careful, Luna hears noise? Noise?
Pretty much. She hears your anxiety, not the message, the tone.
So I'm basically a human car alarm, just going off constantly, and everyone's learned to ignore me.
That is painfully accurate. And over time, one of 2 things happens. Either she starts ignoring it completely because it's just background noise, or she becomes overly anxious about everything because she's absorbing your fear without understanding it. In Montessori, instead of be careful, we describe the specific risk. So instead of be careful on that chair, you say, that chair wobbles, hold the back with both hands. Instead of be careful with that cup, you say, that cup is full. Walk slowly so it doesn't spill. You're giving her actual information she can use. Stay with me. The most effective fix isn't a phrase, it's a movement. Coming up.
So you're replacing a vague warning with a specific instruction.
Exactly. And here's the magic. When you describe the risk, you're teaching your child to assess it themselves. You're building their internal risk radar.
Internal risk radar. Luna has a radar? She walked into a glass door last week.
She's building it. It's under construction. The point is, be careful builds dependence. The child looks to you to know when something is dangerous. Describing the risk builds independence. The child starts noticing dangers on their own.
This actually reminds me of surfing. When I was learning, my instructor never said, be careful of that wave. He said, see how that wave is breaking from the left? Paddle right. Specific. Actionable. I knew exactly what to look at and what to do.
That's a perfect example. And if he had just yelled, be careful every time a wave came, you'd have learned nothing. You'd just be anxious in the water.
Which is basically what I was doing to Luna, making her anxious on the chair instead of teaching her how to sit safely. I was the guy yelling, be careful at the wave instead of telling her which way to paddle.
And you wonder why she ignores you.
I'm starting to think she's the smart one in this relationship.
Let me give you a few more swaps. At the playground, instead of be careful on the slide, try notice how high you are. Are you holding on tight? At the beach, instead of be careful near the water, try the waves can push you. Stay where your feet can touch the sand. In the kitchen, instead of don't touch, that's hot, try that pot is hot. If you touch it, it will burn. Touch the handle, not the side.
The kitchen one is interesting because my instinct is to just wrap the entire kitchen in bubble wrap and not let her in until she's 18.
And then she'd go to college and burn her first meal because nobody ever taught her what hot means.
Fair point.
In Montessori, we believe children are capable of learning to navigate real environments, including kitchens. The goal isn't to remove all risk. It's to teach them to see the risk and manage it. A child who's been kept away from the kitchen until age 5 has 0 risk awareness. A child who's been guided through it from age 2 knows what's hot, what's sharp, and what's safe to touch.
Okay, but what about genuine emergencies, like Luna is about to run into the street? I'm not going to calmly say, notice the cars are moving fast.
No. Of course not. In a true emergency, you grab your child and you keep them safe, period. That's not a teaching moment. That's survival.
Okay, good. Because I was about to say, I'm not going to narrate a risk assessment while Luna runs toward traffic.
Absolutely not. But here's the thing. 95% of the times you say, be careful, it's not an emergency. It's a chair. It's a cup. It's a small step. And those are the moments to teach, not to panic.
You know what happened yesterday at Batu Bolong? Luna was climbing on the rocks near the beach, and my whole body was screaming, "Be careful." But I stopped myself, and instead I said, "Those rocks are wet. Put your foot on the flat parts." And she looked down. She actually looked at the rocks. She found a flat one and stepped on it.
She assessed the risk herself. That's the whole point. You gave her the information, and she made the decision. That's a skill she'll use for the rest of her life.
That felt so much better than "be careful," because I actually saw her think. For a second, I felt like a real parent instead of a broken smoke detector.
You're upgrading from smoke detector to GPS. That's real progress. So the cheat sheet. When you feel "be careful" about to come out, pause. Ask yourself, what specifically am I worried about? Then describe that. The surface is slippery. The edge is sharp. That branch is loose. Your child deserves to know what the actual risk is, not just that you're scared.
My homework. Tomorrow at the beach, I'm not going to say "be careful" once. I'm going to describe every risk instead. It's going to be exhausting, but I want to try it.
It is more work at first, but it becomes automatic faster than you'd expect. And once your child starts assessing risks on their own, you'll actually say less, not more. So for everyone watching, pick one situation today. The playground, the bath, the kitchen. Replace "be careful" with a specific description. See what your child does with that information. And tell us in the comments.
If this made you rethink how you warn your kids, hit subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye, everyone. And remember, your job isn't to keep them away from risk. It's to teach them how to see it.